McInnes. Today I want to share with you some projects that you use different cardboards. I had boxes I've taken down, broken down here, and I decided to sketch myself up an elephant. That's what I did. I sketched myself an elephant, and then that's what came out here, and I tried to cut it up and that kind of thing. And then I used what I sketched, because I think I sketched directly on the cardboard here, and then I cut another one, drew another one, and then this is how it looks. So now I've got two elephants, and I thought, well, I want to make a little something and recycle this cardboard and do another upcycle project. What I had here for this one was, my idea for this one was to use a little bit of paper, stuff up my elephant a bit, and I just had it on the side here. Use some masking tape and tape up my elephant, and just add some newspaper strips or whatever I want, you know, to my elephant. So what I'm going to do, fatten this guy up a bit, and I'm just going to grab some tape and tape up both ends. Get some masking tape, because glue will stick this really well when I glue collage paper or anything like that on it. So I'm going to get his trunk over here, and I'm going to get his little derriere over here and get that going. I love elephants, so I thought, well, I wanted to do a recycling project. Another one of these little elephants. I've done one in the past a little differently. And I'm still don't have the need to make it look realistic for myself, so I thought, well, I'll make a cute little silhouette of an elephant like this, and papier-mâché it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the body, do the fronts, do his trunk together, and I think I'm not going to bother doing the legs together. I'm going to papier-mâché or do the paper scraps or whatever I decide separate for the legs, but everything else is going to be together. So I just kind of, you know, thought, well, it's a little different than the one I've done in the past, but it's still going to be fun and cute. So I'm just going to put some masking tape along my edges here where it's nice and close. I could get away with just one strip on his little trunk here if I can get in there. And I'm just going to take my time. Now, I probably will do like a paper napkin, not paper napkin, paper towel for a couple rolls. You can do small strips of newspaper. That would be recycling, totally recycling that too. Upcycling some scrap newspaper that you don't need anymore, you're done reading. And yeah, so whatever you like. Don't have to use just recycled products. So that's what I was saying. You can use the rolls of toilet paper. Jeepers, can't think today. Sorry guys. I'm using these Blue Shop paper towels. These ones are just a little cheaper than the other ones that I get. So I'm going to try them out. I like these ones a lot, the way they look when you got the Mod Podge or the decoupage on them. You can use watered down glue as well. And yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue taping this guy up. I'm going to do his tail. His tail is kind of falling apart, but that's okay because I'm just going to do that too. And just wrap around his little tail. It's so cute. What's an elephant without his cute little tail? So we gotta keep that on there. And I'm just going to this is what it looks like. It's really mummified, but I really wanted to tape it up really well so then the cardboard didn't get too soft and stuff like that too, even around the legs, and get bending too much. So I really want to secure stuff a little bit more, and now it's really ready to go. What I'm going to do is cut out some strips. You can also do some layers of paper scraps and that kind of thing. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut up some strips, and then what I'm going to do is I could always go over my top layer with some scrap paper and that kind of thing if I want to be more of a mixed media type of elephant. I still haven't made up my mind. So here I am. I'm just going to cut some strips off and cut them a little shorter, obviously, and then put them on him all over and just seal them up that way. And like I said, you can use small strips of scrap paper, newspaper, that kind of thing as well. If you do newspaper, do really small strips and short, so then you can get rid of the little corners and edges and stuff like that. And that's what my suggestion is. And there we go. So after cutting these strips, all I done was rip in two places just to shorten them up like that. I did 4 paper towel squares, so I'm going to try that, see how well that works. And then I could coat it up with something else or whatever, but I just decided to give 4 a try. That's a lot of paper towels for this little guy. So, yeah. I'm going to paint it on, and then I'm going to put a layer on I'm using decoupage. I'm going to paint it on, and then just go over it. So you guys could do watered down glue or whatever you want. I just decided it's a small project. I'm going to use my decoupage and go from there. And instead of just painting directly on it like I've done in the past, what I'm doing is just painting the glue on and then adding it to the paper towel like I'm doing a regular collage. And that'll take me a little while, so you guys could probably watch me speed through that if you'd like. I'm just gonna get the glue down everywhere. I'm starting off on the bottom usually. You know, I want to start off with a little bit of a more difficult spot, so then I can kind of finish up with the easier top half, I think. So that's what I want to do. Just shaping it in there with my brush and getting it around the legs. And I think I'm doing it in a way where it's a little less messy than I have in the past. That's nice for me. I'm not too worried about little wrinkles in the legs or anything like that. In the body. And this is just the first layer. I'm not sure how many layers I'll do.
Hit the record button. Hit the
looking, and now I just got to paint him. I think I'm gonna gesso him and then paint him, and he's got to cool off and dry up a bit, and that's how it's looking. It does have the 8 legs, but when you look at it at a distance, you're only going to see the half of them at a time, really. So it's gonna be cute. See, you're not gonna be able to see them all, and I think that this is a cute little size. And then that is what it looks like. So, I think I'm going to start gessoing them. I'm just going to keep going with it because I am doing a video. It's a little easier to just keep going for me, and I will do that. That way I can keep going with the flow of the video. So I dry them lots with the heat tool. He'll cure afterwards. I'm going to go with some gesso. I think I did a couple layers on him, especially in some spots, but he doesn't need to have like the full 3 or 4 layers everywhere. So I just did a couple layers on this smaller project. And I could do it more realistic elephant. I love this kind of look. And I think I'm going to do like a metallic look like I've done in the past. Or, you know, you could do a mixed media paper on top, or tissue paper, whatever, that kind of thing. I like that. Neat, different look. And we're recycling some of that cardboard, or, you know. And another thing, too, is I use the paper towel rolls on there, but you can use, like, when you separate napkins and stuff, you can use that back piece that you use. It'll be thinner, but you can still use that as a papier-mâché type thing. I think that would work really nice, because then you're definitely using all the bits and pieces for your art. If you just want to be, like, cautious of just, you know, just using leftovers and scraps and stuff, that's a good way. Or like I said before, you can use your thinner slices of pieces of newspaper and flyer paper and that kind of thing. Because that, if you do a thin piece, it'll be easier to get over the little edges and, you know, the ledges and edges and that kind of thing. So, that's how he's looking so far. Cute. This is what he's looking like, my little elephant. Now he looks like a plaster elephant, and I like the way he looks, really neat, rough. And that's how he is. Just sharing that with you guys. So I'm going to put the probably the coffee on him, paint that on him, and then I'm going to do a metallic. So what I'm using is Coffee Bean from Deco Art, and I'm going to make him a really nice, it's kind of like a one if you guys seen the one I've done previously, the bigger one. I kind of like that, so I think I'm going to go with that just to be, that's just the colors I like. It's like a bronzy color afterwards. I really like it. So I think I'm going to mix some black in here, darken that up a bit. So make it a darker brown. And I'm just going to use my brush. I should be using a spatula to mix it up. And I'm getting a really nice darker brown that I like. Could do a black gesso. I just chose to do white. Black would have covered nicely too. But I'm going to do 2 coats. And so there's going to be a few coats of paint on here because I'm going to have the gold as well. So I'm not sure which gold, and I might even do something a little different, but I just kind of like that bronzy look. So like it's if it was a bronze piece. Really like that look. So that's why I go with the layer of brown underneath. It looks leathery a little bit, and the gold goes over it really nice and shows really nicely. So I like that. So I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to then dry it up, add a second layer, mix more paint, and then I'll be back with the gold layer. This is how he's looking. I put the black together in the brown, and it's like a very dark color. And the satin, surface satin is shiny, so it's got that nice finish, and I like that. So I could have went lighter and did like a leathery feel. And I think I want to play with the copper kettle, see how that looks on there. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to grab a little bit of a clean cloth here, fold it up, and just rub some of that on there. I don't know, I was going to do gold, but I think I'm going to try just a little bit of this first and see how I like it. So I'm just going to rub it on everywhere. Do a little bit of a same look but different color, and I like that a lot. And rub it around. So, yeah. And then you can even do like blue metallics, any color metallics. And this is the metallic lusters, and this is copper kettle. So I like it. It's going to be nice. It's a nice waxy finish. Once I dry that up and I just kind of polish it up, it's going to be really nice. I can keep adding more when I want, a little more on there. Dip it in. This one's nice and creamy. You can add a little moisture to it if it's dry. And once I let that all dry, I'm going to dry it with my heat tool and go over it and polish it up. Sorry guys. And then yeah, have it looking like that. So I'm going to do my top. Here's my finished up elephant, and I love them. And I used the copper kettle. I like this color. It's really nice metallic, and I'm glad I went with this instead of the gold this time, just for something a little different. And it's really cute. So you just rub it on and then dry it up with the heat tool a bit, or leave it dry a bit, and then you kind of polish it up. And you can have some thicker spots, some thinner spots, and it looks really neat all around, I think. So it's pretty cool. I love it, the way it looks. And there is my guy. And I'll post some pictures at the end of this video to show you my recycled cardboard elephant for this project. And it was really fun. And you can do any shape animals and really any size. I just like this metallic look because it looks like worked metal, and that's why I keep it kind of flat. And instead of doing a realistic character of an elephant, I like that because it just makes it look like a piece of metal, worked metal. So that is him. A camel would be cute. I think I'm going to do other ones too in the future, but just to let you know, I think elephants are one of my favorites, and that's why I keep going back to them. And there is my cute little elephant. And do I have something that he can stand on, just to show you how he looks. And that's what he would look like. So he's very sturdy. His trunk is also touching the table or board, so the surface. And that is that. And I just drew a silhouette of an elephant. You could sketch whatever kind of shape that you want and what you like for your body. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to craft like a duck. Talk to you guys later. Bye.